This is Chapter 6, Managing the Products and Services, also known as the Items List. In this chapter, you will learn what is the Products and Services List, how to add new items to the Products and Services List, how to modify existing items, make items inactive, when and how to import items to the Products and Services List, and how to generate an Items List report. We'll be working with our Luxury Lodging Inc. company file. The Products and Services List, also known as the Items List, includes all of the products and/or services that a business sells to its customers. When creating a customer invoice, you will select from a list of services and/or products you provide in order to complete the fields on the invoice or sales receipt. One of the reasons why users don't need to understand debits and credits is because each item is linked to an account on the chart of accounts list. This allows QuickBooks to know what accounts to debit and/or credit when an item is added to a customer invoice. In the next section, we'll see how this works. So first, we'll see how to add new items to our products and services list. The products and services list will include a handful of items already. However, you will need to add new items or edit existing items to customize the list for your business. Luxury Lodging provides vacation rentals in both Texas and California. They have 3 different types of rentals available at each location: a 1-bedroom plus loft, a 2-bedroom plus loft, and also a house. In addition to lodging, they also provide a few other services, such as dry cleaning, housekeeping, and trash pickup. If clients would like to bring their pets, there is a one-time cleaning fee charged on top of the daily rate. Larry has provided you with a list of the services that he offers. We will use this information to add new items to the products and services list. So on page 62, at the top, it shows a list of services provided by Luxury Lodging Inc. So let's see. In Texas, Austin, Texas, they have a 1-bedroom and loft for a $200 daily rate, and a 2-bedroom and loft $400 rate, and a house $600 rate. Then in Dallas, Texas, they have the 1-bedroom and loft for $100, the 2-bedroom and loft for $200, the house for $400, and then in Houston, Texas, they have the 1-bedroom and loft for $125, the 2-bedroom and loft for $250, and the house for $375. And then the daily rates for the California properties. We have the Malibu Beach 1-bedroom and loft for $400, the 2-bedroom and loft for $600, and then the house for $1,800. In Venice Beach, the 1-bedroom and loft is $250, the 2-bedroom and loft is $350, and the house is $700. Then in Hollywood, the 1-bedroom and loft is $150, the 2-bedroom and loft is $250, and the house is $500. And at the bottom, it shows other services provided: dry cleaning, $10 a piece, trash pickup, $5 a day, cleaning fee for pets, $150 per pet, and then housekeeping, $25 a day. So we're going to add some products and services to our list. So from our dashboard, we're going to go up to our gear icon, which is our settings button. And under lists, we are going to select products and services. And you'll get a screen, get started with products and services, save time creating your next invoice by adding items, categorize products and services to manage items efficiently, autofill transactions with saved item details, and gain insight into your business performance with detailed reports. So you'll see this screen when you go into your items list. You have the option to create items individually, or you can import. It's very similar to our last chapter, which was working with our chart of accounts. So we could add them individually, or we can import like we did with an Excel sheet. So same idea for our items and services. So we're going to click on the Create Items, and we're going to add a few individual services. So it opens up the Add a New Service pane to the right of your screen. And where it says Item Type, there's 4 different types that you can add to your item list. We have Service, Inventory Item, Non-Inventory Item, and Bundle. So starting with our service, this item type is used for services such as consulting, lodging, bookkeeping, tax preparation, things like that. You're providing a service. Then you have your inventory item. This is used for products that you purchase and sell to customers. This item type allows you to keep track of both the quantities that have been purchased and sold, as well as the cost and the price of each item. To use this item type, you will need to turn on inventory tracking by selecting the button right below this item type. So we're not going to be turning on inventory for luxury lodging. A non-inventory item. This type is for products and services that you purchase or sell, but do not need to keep track of inventory. Some examples include custom items such as gift baskets or collector's items, such as an autographed football jersey or baseball card collection. If you keep track of inventory in a different software and you just want to track sales in QuickBooks, this would be another reason to use the non-inventory item type. And then our last option is bundle. The bundle item is used for items that you sell together. Examples would be a gift basket of fruit and cheese or a movie collection such as in Mission Impossible 1 through 6. All right, so page 6.4, we're going to start adding some services. So you want to make sure service is clicked off for our first item. And the table at the bottom of page 6.4 are the 3 services that we're going to add. So you can refer to the table, or you can refer step by step within the actual directions. I'll go through with the directions. All right, so number 6, complete the fields as follows to add the Austin 1-bedroom plus loft as an item. All right, so our first name is Austin dash 1-bedroom plus loft. Again, the item type is services. Now our setup here is a little different than the book. You want to make sure that I sell this service to my customers is checked off. The description we have is 1-bedroom plus loft. Max occupancy of 4. The sales price rate is going to be $200, so that's a daily rate. So if you were, when you get to like an invoice and they're staying for 3 nights, the price rate is going to be $200, but the quantity is going to be 3. Okay, because 3 nights. And then our income account, we want to have our income account set to vacation property rental income, that account that we created. So you can scroll through your drop down here, but there's so many accounts in your chart of accounts. The easiest way to do it is just start typing, and you can see it automatically pops up and you can just select it. Okay? And then we're going to be adding another service. You just want to double check everything looks correct. You didn't miss any fields that we need to input. And you can hit Save and New, and it will save this service but it will leave this window open and clear everything out. So you can just go and keep adding your different services to your list. All right, so our next one we have is Austin, 2-bedroom plus loft. Again, this is a service. Scroll down and our description is 2-bedroom plus loft. Max occupancy of 6. And then our price or rate for this is going to be $400 a day. And again, we want to change our income account to vacation property. Now, since I already used this for my last one, it automatically thinks I want to choose that, which I do, which is good. All right, again, double check that everything is correct. Make sure I sell this service to my customers is checked off. And we're going to add another, so we can click Save and New again. It saves that for us and clears out all of our fields. And then we have our next one, which is the house in Austin. Item type service. Make sure I sell this service to my customers is checked. And our description is I can't even read that. House occupancy, max occupancy of 8. And then the rate on that is going to be $600. And again, our income account is going to be vacation property rental income. And that's going to be the last one that we're adding, so we can go ahead and hit save and close for this one. And when we hit save and close, that's going to bring us to our item list now. So it's, again, similarly, it looks like to our chart of accounts, only these are items and services that we use to sell to our customers. So just double check that all of your information that you added looks correct for Austin 1-bedroom and loft, Austin 2-bedroom and loft, and the house. Price $200. These are very important because if you have any of these incorrect, when you go to create any of your transactions, it's going to make your numbers incorrect. So when you run your financial statements, balance sheet, profit and loss, which we will be doing, you don't want any inconsistencies. So definitely make sure your prices, your price rates are correct. All right, page 6-7, modifying existing items on the products and services list. If you need to edit items that were previously added to the products and services list, you can do so at any time. You can make changes to the item name, description, price, cost, and sales price rate fields. However, if the item type needs to be changed, you will not be able to modify this field if the item has already been used to record transactions. Instead, you will need to inactivate the old item and create a new item using the correct item type. You can change or update the sales income account even if you have transactions posted to it. All right, so while we are in our item list, we're going to look at the Austin house. So that's listed here. And to the right here, we have our edit button. And that just brings that screen back open for us, and we can make any changes that we need to. And you can see to the right of the basic info section, we have the option to add an image. So we can have pictures of our items or services here. So we can click on this to add an image. We're going to navigate to our home drive, open up our QuickBooks Online folder, and we are in Chapter 6 now. Open up Chapter 6, and here we have AUS for Austin House Pick. We're going to select that and click Open. And now we have a picture of our Austin house rental. We can save this. And now you can see we also have the column showing that picture as well. Okay, so that's how you can go in and edit items. Again, very similar to the chart of accounts. And this next part is similar to the chart of accounts as well. You can make items inactive. So you cannot delete items that have been used in transactions, but again, you can make them inactive. And this is if you no longer plan to use them. This will remove the item from being visible on the products and services list while keeping all of your historical data intact. So we're going to make the sales item inactive. We do not have a sales item. Let's go ahead and create it. New product service. We're going to make this a service item, and we'll just call this sales. And we'll just keep the account type, the income account type as services, and save and close. We're just going to make it inactive anyway. We're not using it. So now we have sales listed on our item list, and from this drop down arrow next to edit, we have the option to make inactive. We're going to click on that, make this item variance inactive. Here's what happens. You can't edit it or things like past invoices, bills, or refunds. It's marked as deleted, but can be activated for new transactions. So we're going to click on Make Inactive. And you can see that it's no longer shown in our list of items and services anymore. But same as the chart of accounts, you can hit your gear icon, scroll down. Oh, actually, where did they move it to? Oh, this is the one bad thing about QuickBooks Online always updating. Unless I'm just not seeing it. Okay, I did click on it and looked right past it. On your filter drop down, your status here, you can see I have set to active. So now we have the option to show just active items and services, just inactive, or we can show all. So when I click all here and apply, here we have our sales service. Again, it says deleted, but it's not deleted, it's just inactive. And you can see the edit button has been changed to the make active link. So you can quickly switch that back. All right, next we have importing items to our products and services list. And again, very similar to what we did with the chart of accounts. So if you have more than a handful of items to set up, it's a good idea to put them on an Excel spreadsheet and import them into QuickBooks as opposed to entering them manually. At a minimum, you must include the item name, item type, and income or expense account. A copy of the Excel template for items can be found in your Chapter 6 exercise folder. So we won't be importing any right this second. We're going to be doing that in your practice exercise at the end of the chapter. But again, I'll just show you where you would go to do that. So this is actually importing from a different app. This is not what we're going to be using. We're just importing from a file. Which again has been moved for us. It actually was in that drop down. I'm just looking over everything and missing it, sorry. Okay, so from that new products service drop down, you're going to select batch import. Introducing the new batch transactions experience, speed up data editing using the shortcut menu when you right-click a cell, access frequently used controls from the new toolbar, edit transactions using optional keyboard shortcuts. So this is your batch import, and the same way that we imported for our chart of accounts, we can do that for our items list as well. Now, you can actually type them all in this bottom table if you wanted to, and then upload them that way instead of going into that individual screen, clicking save and new, save and new, save and new like we did. You can just type them all in this way if you wanted to. Or in this top right hand corner here, you can import from a file as well. So when you click on that, you would browse for where your file is located. Again, we're not going to be doing this right now because you're going to be doing it in your exercise file, but you would choose whatever file you're importing in and then just click open and hit your next button. And then it would populate this table at the bottom where you could save it. So that's all you have to do. Import from file, select your file, you'll see it populate this table, and then click save. We're not going to do that because I don't want to mess up my company file, but we will see that in our practice exercise. So those are the steps to complete that. All right, I'm going to go back into my items and services list. And the last thing we'll take a look at is how to generate an items list report and how to customize different columns and such. So this is page 6-13. You can generate an items list report to review the products and services set up in QuickBooks Online. This report can be printed, downloaded as a PDF, exported to Excel, or sent via email. Having these options makes it easy to share the report with someone who may not have access to your QuickBooks Online file. So from our products and services list, here we have our More drop-down, and from that drop-down, we have the option to run reports. So this runs your product services list. It's going to list every product and service that you have incorporated into your company file. And same as the chart of accounts, we can refresh it in case anything has been updated. We could email it from here, we could print it, or we could export it to Excel, PDF, or a CSV file. We can also customize how our report looks. So we only include items that we want. In the top right-hand corner, we have a Customize button. You can choose how you want to filter your data. You could choose to show only deleted items, products and services created on a specific day, modified on a specific day. So you can add different filters. You can specify what columns you want on your report. So right now we have the full name, the type, memo description, sales price, purchase price, quantity on hand, etc. And you can also edit your number format, header, and footer as well. So we're going to, let's see, number 4, we're going to click on our filter option. We're going to select product service. And you can choose equals, and we're going to just check off our 3 Austin services that we added. We don't need to show, what was it, services. I don't even remember what they're, let me clear this. You can see hours, our sales, which we inactivated, and our services. So we don't need these shown. We're not using them right now. So again, we can do product service equals, and then just check off the specific items or services that we want shown. And you can see it automatically updates for us. You can also see that we have a purchase price column that we don't really need. And for these particular things, not sure if we need the quantity on hand either. We really only need to show product name, the type, the description, and the sales price. So we can choose to get rid of these columns. So if you scroll down in your Customize pane and expand your columns section just by clicking on that arrow, we can uncheck those specific columns. So we're going to uncheck purchase price, and we're going to uncheck quantity on hand. And you can see, again, it automatically updates for us. And we can close. And we can close that Customize pane out. Okay, so it's using the space on our page much more efficiently. We don't need all that empty space for columns that we're not using or items and services that we're not using in our company either. All right, so it's a good way to customize. And same way that we saved our chart of accounts as a PDF, we can do that for our product and services list as well. Export, export to PDF, gives us a preview here. Save as PDF, and it's going to download it, but it's going to download it to our downloads folder. Remember, I can't access it there. So you would click on that when it downloads, hit your download button, and then you can choose where to save it. So this would go in your Chapter 6 folder. I'm just going to name this Product Service List Example. You don't have to do this one. I'm just showing you how to go about doing it. And then you click Save there. And then I could close that tab out. I could exit out of my PDF screen, and it returns me to my item list. All right, so your next video is going to walk you through how to do the practice exercises. Refer to the video if you get stuck. Try to do it on your own though. So number one, you're going to import the remaining products and services for luxury lodging using the Prod and Services Import Template spreadsheet that's located in your Chapter 6 folder. So how I showed you to import those items and services, you're going to import that file. Again, it's located in your Chapter 6 folder. And it gives you a hint, your import should include 19 products and services. Then number two, you're going to generate the product services list report and use the customize button to filter for the following. You're going to include only the items specifically created for luxury lodging. You're going to exclude the sales and hours item. I believe there's a services item you can exclude as well. You're going to exclude the cost column. So basically what I just did, we don't have a cost column. You're going to exclude the two that I excluded here. I think it was, what was it? Go through and just uncheck the ones that I unchecked. I don't remember what they were. Sorry. I think it was quantity on hand and something else. Those last two columns. So you're going to exclude them just like I did. So disregard that it says cost column because it was not titled cost. And then you're going to include the income account column. Then number three, you're going to download and save the product services list report as a PDF. You're going to save that in your Chapter 6 folder, and you're going to title it Chapter 6 _ products and service report. Don't have to submit it to me. I will be able to view that as long as it's saved in your home drive. All right, so that will be your next video.